Good evening. Let's try it again. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Cheryl Miller-Dice, and I am an associate professor of education, and I also serve as the executive director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at the Dr. Joe Watts Williams School of Education. I would like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the Intercultural Learning Certificate Program, commonly known as the ILCP. We gather here to celebrate Cohort 4. Cohort 4, the fourth group of students in the Watts Williams School of Education's history to receive a certificate in intercultural learning. This is something to celebrate. The Intercultural Learning Certificate Program builds on existing courses, programs, and workshops within the university. The goal of the program is to enable students to identify, synthesize, and integrate academic coursework and co-curricular experiences to be active citizens who exercise skills and behaviors to effectively engage across differences. Students enroll in the ILCP in the fall of their sophomore year and must complete the program by the fall of their senior year, before student teaching in the spring. It's coming. Over the 5 semesters that students are enrolled in the ILCP, they complete the Intercultural Development Inventory, called the IDI, before the required 2-hour orientation. Remember that, yeah? After this, students complete 3 academic course reflections based in DEI, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and attend and reflect on 11 co-curricular experiences, as well as complete an experiential reflection after 40 hours in the field. At the end of the program, students complete the IDI survey again and prepare a capstone poster, as you see today, chronicling their learning in the program. The posters are exciting. I have looked at every single one because I get them first before you all see them. They are exciting, but they are impressive. The defining component of the ILCP are 4 specifically designed modules to help students dig deeper below the surface of the iceberg in a process of unlearning and relearning. Learning is enhanced and expanded in each module by 5 or so written activities that students complete with each module. In addition, students are required to attend cohort debriefs after the completion of each module. Hence, at the end of the program, each student over here would have uploaded 15 reflections, as well as receive feedback from ILCP staff on each reflection. Numerically speaking, the 46 students in Cohort 4 uploaded a total of 690 reflections. As you see, this program is intentional and intensive. Students, you did the work to expand your equity bandwidth and will proudly graduate today as an emerging, equity-minded educator. As the leader of this program, I often think about the impact of this program and how you are growing. I think about that often. And I'm proud to say the results prove that the ILCP is a growth model. Your written reflections tell the qualitative story of your growth, and your pre-test and post-test scores on the intercultural inventory solidify the effectiveness of this program. Cohort 4. For this cohort, 87% of you had your scores increase from pre-test to post-test. 87%. Yes. So the IDI measures orientations for those of you who don't know. Denial, polarization, minimization, acceptance, adaptation. So not only 87% of you grew in particular orientations, but 67% of you moved to a higher orientation. That's impressive. Thank you. In cohort 4, 9% of the folks sitting here had learning gains of 40 points or more. And about 46% of you had learning gains of 20 points or more. The most significant learning gain was over 50 points for a candidate who moved from polarization to acceptance. Impressive. What excites me most, cohort 4, because I've taught many of you in this cohort, I'm smiling because 44% of this cohort scored in acceptance and adaptation, the two intercultural mindsets. This is higher than any previous cohorts. So cohort 4, we celebrate you today. You did it. Again, welcome to our ILCP graduation. At this time, I would like to welcome our graduation speaker, who was selected by you to represent this cohort. Please welcome to the podium Alice Rickards, our ILCP student speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Dice.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Alice Rickards, and I'm a member of Cohort 4, and I've been elected by my peers to speak with you all today. I want to first thank every educator who has supported my cohort through the ILCP. Let's give our educators a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, educators, for supporting our growth, for challenging us and allowing us to ask questions. Elon University is ranked #1 for undergraduate admissions, and I think the School of Education greatly contributed to that title, so thank you. I also want to congratulate my cohort for completing the Intercultural Learning Certificate Program. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, I hate to be the one to tell you, but that was the easy part. Completing a program is far easier than working with students, families, and communities. Because what Dr. Dice and the faculty in the School of Education have given us is a foundation of knowledge and a safe place to ask questions and learn. Now it is our job to do the real work, to enter the field in the spring in student teaching and next year within our very own classroom. It's our job to use the tools we have learned in our time in the School of Education and go apply them in teaching. When Dr. Dice shared with me that I was nominated to speak with you all today, I had mixed feelings. I was honored and grateful to be nominated by my peers, yet I feel like my journey in this work is at the very beginning. When I have those days where I feel confident about my work in equity and justice, maybe I read a great article, had a good discussion in class, I spend about a day in my first grade classroom and quickly realize I have a lot to learn. When I feel challenged in teaching, I use the tools from the ILCP. One of the aspects of the ILCP I am most grateful for is the ways we connect this work within our courses and placements. I'm currently in Dr. Dice's Teaching Diverse Learners course, And in one of our first classes, she let us make little towers out of blocks. It's pretty fun, right? Well, then Dr. Dice came over and she knocked my little tower down and said, "This is the work we do. We deconstruct and we reconstruct our thinking." And that is what we've done in the ILCP, and that is our job as educators. Our job is to do the continuous critical self-reflection to support all students. Not to blame students or families, but to look inward and say, what can we do better as teachers? Our job is to work within a system and against a system, because we fix systems, not kids. If you have had a class with me, and many of you have, both teachers and peers, you know I ask a lot of questions. No, really, I ask way too many questions in class. Sorry, teachers. But the reason why is because that is our job as teachers. Not to look at a broken system or malpractice and shrug and say, what can you do? But to look back at the research and to continue to ask yourself, how can I help all students thrive? How can I be innovative because I believe in student success? And that is my call to you today. Be proud of your accomplishments in the ILCP, but don't leave this work behind you today. Take the tools with you, ask questions, deconstruct and reconstruct, and when that doesn't work, deconstruct and reconstruct again. Utilize the best professors in the nation standing next to you today so you can enter this broken system and help kids thrive. Thank you for your work over the past few years, and I wish you a career full of asking questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. Deconstruct and reconstruct. Yes, some of my favorite words. Thank you so much, Alice, for such great remarks. And this is a really exciting time for us in the Watts-Williams School of Ed, and I am proud that you are completing the certificate today. Today, as your names, what we call your names, you will receive a certificate from me and a stole from Dean Bullock for your work in the ILCP. And your names will be called by two of our ILCP program assistants. Miss Felicia Robinson, first grade teacher at East Lawn Elementary School and an alum of the Watts-Williams School of Education, and Miss Allison Bryant, director of the CRC. And so please welcome Miss Felicia Robinson to the podium, and we'll begin the awarding of the certificates. Thank you.
Ready? Yep. Okay. First up, we have Robin Alloway, Maddie Anderson Laporte, Emily Andruzzi, Julia Bassett, Josie Brothers, let the traffic jam clear us. Natalie Christian, Jordan Clement, Ellie Cotton, Grant Doherty, Emily Elowich, Grace Fenton, Joey Gibson, Charlotte Hart, Maggie Hayes. Katie Higginbottom. Ellie Hoppe. Alex Imbrogno. And Piper Johns. Congratulations. Allie Laird. Jordan Landis. Megan Malone. Sam Martin. Congratulations. Riley McKinney. Madison Meehan. Cade Missimer. Lindsay Palazzolo. Ivy Pennekamp. Jordan Pleener. Cassidy Puckett. Sydney Rawls. Sophie Ricca. Alice Rickards. Denia Robertson. Grace Sheriff. Ali Shabata. Sadie Silverman Guffey. Miley Slomka. Claire Stapleford. Lindsay Steinkamp. Anna Sophia Steinke. Colette Stevenson. Julia Strauss. Lucas Wells. And Eliza Witt.
Thank you.
And now we will invite Dean Ann Bullock to the podium for some remarks.
Hello, Cohort 4. Okay, let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations on your completion of the ILCP. This is another milestone in your educational journey to become a teacher. In fact, you now have a stole-on in educational blue, so that's the official color of education that we would like for you to wear when you walk across the stage in May to receive your diploma. It's a big deal, and this is one of the first milestones of your senior year that you'll have that feels like it is coming, class of 2024. The fact that 87% of you had an increase from your pre to post test in the IDI shows growth in you as educators, and for that we could not be more proud. A big part of the ILCP milestone for this cohort is the leadership of Dr. Miller-Dice. Please join me in thanking Dr. Miller-Dice, who sent you all 500 emails, had 400 debriefs to fit around your busy schedule, and has the conceptual framework of what this program is and what it will do for you when you enter the classroom as candidates and as full-time teachers. So let's give it up. Exactly. So thank you, Dr. Dice. So of course, I'm the dean, so I have a little quiz for you. So please take a minute and pause and think about how you've changed as a person and or as an educator from the time you started the ILCP until now. So the question I was asking people is what is on this poster that you think is significant that I should know about your change, about you? As an educator, besides doing the ILCP, Dr. Miller-Dice pointed out, you've had multiple courses, you've had debriefs, you've had field experience to solidify your views and beliefs as a young, emerging equity educator. I would like you to think about a belief or a mindset that has changed about you from 2 years ago from now. And it might not just be the ILCP that impacted that. I had some people tell me it was a professor that impacted that. I had other people tell me it was a field experience and that the ILCP brought that forward for them. So I want you to think about what that was, and I want you to think about who or what influenced that. So this is going to be your 30 seconds of wait time for you to think about that. Okay, so here's part one of the quiz, next step of the quiz. Raise your hand. I'm a lovely raise your hand informal quiz person. Raise your hand if something has changed in your beliefs of your mindset over the last 2 years as an educator. All right? Now, would anyone like to stand, and I expect we should have some people that would like to do this, and to tell us briefly what has changed and who or what do you think has influenced that? So who's my first brave person? Just stand up. Don't be shy. You told us all when we walked around. Yay, Sam. Speak loudly so the crowd can hear you.
One of the things that I really took away from the Diverse Learners course with Dr. Dice is inserting education into culture and not vice versa, and leaning on the students' funded knowledge to create very rich learning experiences for them, not the other way around, inserting culture and education, just hoping that you touch on those things that are very important to students.
Thank you, Sam. So the magic number here is 3, so that was 1. So let's have a second volunteer. Be brave. Thank you. Good. True. One more. Yay. Thank you for being brave.
The biggest takeaway I think for me was learning to get comfortable in the uncomfortable. It's okay to not know. It's okay to say, I'm still learning. It's okay to say, hey, can you tell me more about that so I can know better next time? You know, that from pretty much every class I've been here, but a lot of that was from Dr. Dyson's teaching.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, brave volunteers. I could call you voluntold, but I didn't pick on you particularly. So think about this. This is the fall, right? You're in student teaching already. You're going part-time. Your life is super crazy because you have quite a few assignments that you have going on. You've now completed the ILCP. But as you move forward in this semester, after you complete all of your licensure tests and prepare for full-time student teaching, remember to soak all of this in because time is marching quickly in your life. Please know how proud the faculty and staff of the Dr. Joe Watts Williams School of Education are of each of you. Congratulations to each of you, and thank you for your commitment to becoming an emerging, equity-minded educator.
So let me get my things together for my closing remarks, which I can't seem to find where they went. Oh, right over here. Wrong folder. I don't have All right, so I'm going to give some closing remarks and some thank yous, and then you'll be free to mingle, engage with the guest, and have some refreshments. Cohort 4, we're at the end of the celebration today, and I want to take time to say thank you. It does take a village to operate a program like this. And creating a new program takes vision. And as such, I would like to personally thank, and I always do this every ILCP graduation, Dr. Leo Lambert, President Emeritus and Professor of Education, for his vision. About 10 years ago, Dr. Lambert met with the staff of the Creed, where I was a faculty fellow at the time, before his summer meeting with SGA, and charged the staff of the Creed, Center for Race, Ethnicity, and Diversity Education, to create a program that centers intercultural learning. And so thank you to our former president for giving that charge to us. I would also like to thank Ms. Carla Fullwood, who's not here today, but when Dr. Lambert gave his charge, she and I went and began to create the certificate program about 8 to 10 years ago. And so she was really instrumental in helping me create this proposal. The program that you see today would not have been possible without the visionary leadership of Tyrone Jean, who was the former director of the Creed and assistant dean. And Dean Ty and I spent hours creating the structure for this program that you see today, hours. We started with 20 students in our first cohort 1, 21 in cohort 2, 56 in cohort 3, and we currently are working with 136 students in cohorts 5 and 6. I want to say thank you to our 4 program assistants and faculty support. Ituminan Shadrach, who's a counselor in the counseling center, Felicia Robinson, an alum, first grade teacher, Destiny Carter, also another alum, and Elijah Pinnock, MHE students, and our faculty support for this program, Allison Bryant, director of the CRC. These folks are the ones who take time to read your 690 reflections and give you quality feedback. Thank you. The ILCP is housed in the dean's office, and the staff of that office are central to this program. A big thank you to Jennifer Strange, wave your hand, Jennifer, and Lisa Lane, wave your hand, for coordinating this lovely event. Everything that you see here, from the banners to the stalls to the certificates, they helped to coordinate, and the setup. They are integral to the success of this program. You may get emails from me, but I'm not alone. And thanks to Celeste Richard, raise your hand, Celeste, with my pesky information about HR protocols and payroll for the program. So thank you, Celeste, for that assistance. To department chairs, Mark Enfield and Katie Baker, wave, so folks see you. Thank you for your support. You are new in the role of chair, but you've always supported the ILCP. So this is not new. So thank you for your support and being true advocates for equity. To Dean Bullock, thank you for your leadership in creating a space for diversity, equity, and inclusion work at the Watts Williams School of Education. Our mission in the School of Ed is to prepare equity-minded educators. This is not easy work. This work is nuanced and complex because it's tied to identity. I have taught more than half of you in this cohort. I have great hopes for you. I'm going to repeat it again. I have great hopes for you. To my faculty colleagues, please wave or stand so folks can see you. The faculty in the School of Ed, please do so. Wave. Thank you. Thank you for your support in connecting the ILCP to your classes. The program is successful because of the triangulation of the work you do in your classes to connect the ILCP. So thank you, faculty. Thank you. To other Elon faculty and staff at the university and students, I know many students who came to support. Wave your hand so we can see you. Awesome. Thank you. We have several family and friends who came to support their graduates. Family, you are part of the village. Please wave so we can celebrate you for coming. The family members in the audience. Awesome. And we have several guests from the community, and I'm going to do my best so I don't forget anybody, because it's important when people show up for you. We had Jody Hoffberg from ABSS, Jennifer Jones from Alamance Community College. They had to run. Brittany Henderson from Teach for America, wave your hand, Brittany. Dr. Chapman and Janice Richardson from the Gap community, they were here. We have Kim and Amanda from the Alexandra Wilson family. Where are you? All right. Came to support their candidate. And then we have the Graham family, woohoo, that came to support one of our student teachers. We also have Dr. Deanna Townsend-Smith from the Dudley Flood Center. Wave your hand, Dr. Townsend-Smith. And we have, I saw her come in because she came from far, Dr. Nicole I. James and her colleague from Hickory County Schools who came probably with jobs. And so they were coming from far, so if you had another chance to engage with Dr. I. James and her colleague, wave your hand, colleagues at Dr. I. James, make sure you check in before you leave. So thank you for the community. We appreciate you coming. So, at the end of the day, cohort 4. Oh, and we have one more person here. Dr. Longmire Avital, Presidential Administrative Fellow from the President's Office, wave your hand. And one of my favorite humans, you all, middle schooler, Micah Avital, who's here. Wave, real life student. Love it when they show up in this space. Cohort 4, at the end of the day, I was called to do this work. And along with my faculty colleagues, we understand that we are gardeners at the Watts Williams School of Education. Planting seeds with a hope in the unseen that they will germinate. Congratulations, Cohort 4, and thank you all for coming. Feel free to mingle and meet and greet our guests and enjoy the refreshments. Thank you all for coming.